All right, guys, today we're going to talk about hip extension. One of the best ways to work on that is using a popular stretch that works on the hip flexor and quads, which is the couch stretch. Now, today we're not going to worry so much about how much of a stretch you feel in your quads. We're going to spend some time trying to find the glute drive for the actual hip extension piece versus having the low back come along with it, or feeling just your quads trying to fire in order to get some extension. So an important note here with the couch stretch position, not everyone can get their foot all the way up to the wall and have a really deep knee bend. For our purposes, that is super okay. What we're looking for today is just finding hip extension. So I'm gonna go through a few different angles that you can kind of set up in, and you can pick the one where you're able to connect to the hip without losing the back and midline piece as well. So the bench, an actual couch, technically a wall, is a common spot to do this. We'll use a bench with a pad into the knee. Now again, some people can set up in this big, deep knee bend and be happy and great and be able to squeeze the glute and be perfect, and that's cool. A lot of people, this is gonna be too much, whether it's on the knee bending or just too tight on the actual hip. So what you can do is bring the trunk forward a little bit and push the hip from there. You see, I'm still getting that extension piece in this angle. You can also be just further away from the bench in order to get less knee bend. Really, wherever's gonna be a comfortable spot for you to sit is gonna be what we're gonna look for. And then the primary cue today, we're gonna hang out for 1 minute, maybe 2, depending on how comfortable you are. And you're gonna use the glute to squeeze and push forward. Now, if you note, there's no back movement happening here. I'm not leaning, I'm not tucking my tailbone as I go. There's no muted hip extension. I'm just using the actual glute to push forward. Now, a lot of people can't feel that, so you can use a tactile cue, put your hand on the actual hip and feel that squeeze happen. You're gonna maintain that for 10 to 20 seconds, and then ease off. And again, go in and out of that contraction hold for that full minute to 2 minute time frame. After that, you just switch sides. Eventually, if you would like to stress it out and get a little bit more bent, that's great. It makes it a little bit harder to find the hip contraction, but there's no pressure on that, because again, our purpose for today is not the stretch, which is gonna happen. We're looking for the glute squeeze without getting into your back. So give that a shot, usually the end of the day, and see how that kind of feels as far as being able to better find your hip.